Every life carries a story. Some whispered, some forgotten, some waiting to be seen.
Purpose answer, why am I here? The moment you understand your purpose, the rest of life is so simple for you.
A few days ago, I was privileged to record a session with a woman whose life inspires me a lot. I wanted to create a drawing, an art piece from my life experiences.
I grew up in a very humble environment, but with a high sense of value for life, high value-driven life. My parents, they are educated. My mother, a teacher, and my father was a cashier. Even though I came from a Muslim background, my father have a very sound respect for things of God, and is a highly religious person. You know, he believes so much in that faith, and we were really practicing it then. So there's this sense of dignity, integrity, honesty. He brought us up that way. It was a very wonderful experience staying with my parents then. However, I did not grow without my own limitation or some experiences that are not too good. I was faced with experiences like rejection, and the main reason for that rejection is the 4 girls from my mom. And you know, the environment have a very high value for male child, and so there was this belief that ladies or girls, they don't have say, they don't have belonging, you know, in that family. You know, that at the time you get married, you go to your husband's house. So there's this kind of segregation, separation, and limitation placed on us. However, it was a great defining moment in my life. Because growing up, and later discovered that all these experiences were building me for whom I am becoming today. The message of purpose the Lord gave to me, and now I'm helping the young ones, especially teenagers, to discover themselves and pretend that it was a real training moment for me. I became a quantity surveyor, studied quantity surveying in higher institution. I had a bit of experience too when I was in higher institution. That part of the rejection story, you know, I remember the first time I entered into that class as a quantity survey student. The first lecture I ever attended rather in that class, the lecturer looked back and he asked questions like, "Are you in the right class?" I was like, "What's going on here?" I thought I entered the wrong class. And what he said was that this is quantity surveying department. Why are you here? And I look at the admission letter with me. It's a quantity survey department that I'm admitted into. And the reason for asking that question was still the issue of you are a female. Female students are not much in this department. So why are you coming? I think you are the 7th female student that will enter this class. That was a very bad experience to me. It was not a good experience, but I told you all these experiences, they were really defining moments that made me to be what I am today, that really gave me the clarity of purpose and reasons why I went through those routes. At a time in my life, you know, where you get to understand purpose, your identity is discovered, you get to realize that no, so all these things are not really what it is. You know, at a point in my life, I told you I was a Muslim. I gave my life to Christ, and then the story changed. I began to realize that God created them all, male and female. There was no discrimination. There was no preferential scale on male or female. And then at that moment, I began to discover myself that I began to realize that, oh, I'm not what I had. I'm not who they said. Then this is who I am. This is what God said about me. I'm not created for fun. I'm here on assignment. There is a purpose for my creation. I'm here to fulfill some assignment. And that was a big discovery. Immediately I realized this, I began to develop myself, try to move with people that encourage my personality, my identity. I began to move with them. Discovered that I'm on assignment. That especially when I discovered Jeremiah 1 verse 5, that before I formed thee, I knew you. It was a real deliverance for me. Like, really? Do you mean God knew that being a female would be the best for me? So it was a real turning point for me when I started my profession as a quantity survey student. But the reason for this story is that I told you, when I discovered purpose, a lot of things changed. When I entered that class that day, the lecturer asked, "Why are you here? Is it that you made mistake?" Because I'm a female. To him, the number of female students that came in that day, they were becoming too much. I think I was the 5th or 7th person. It was like they are becoming too much. And based on my experience, I told you a lot of rejection already taking place. I couldn't marry it was like, we still having it here in the class, It was like, wow. And I tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie to you. You know that when I finished I had a shandy, I did not come out well. As a matter of fact, I did not come out well because so many things happened. The same lecturer that asked the question, I had a lot of challenges with it, you understand? So at the end of the day, I did not come out well. When I gave my life to Christ and I discovered that I can become whatever I want to be, especially when I realized that God created me for a purpose and He premeditated it. He knew what I would become. So I began to live in that direction. I want to achieve those things. And I went back to school. The same profession. I have my degree. I came out as one of the best students. I have my master's. I came out as one of the best students. And I'm pursuing my PhD now. You understand? Even though a lot of things happening presently, but I'm pursuing my PhD. The same profession. I'm the first female quantity surveyor in Ondo State that will become fellow of that same profession where I was told that I'm not supposed to be here. The first female fellow of that profession in Ondo State. The same profession, I'm the first female chairman of the Nigeria Institute of Quantity Survey, Ondo State chapter, that you can become whatever you want to be. Do you get? So I'm talking of my achievement. I told you that as time goes on, when I discover purpose, there's another assignment I discovered, which is the assignment of helping the younger ones to discover their purpose. The battered Culture International Initiative, where I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO of Culture International Initiative. Our vision there is to help every teenager understand and discover that they are created for a purpose and that they discover it on time. Part of my achievement so far, I've been able to write a book in that direction, Purpose in Rejection, which has been pulling a lot of young ones out of their mistakes, social vices, so many things they want to experiment, which should lead them astray. The book has been an instrument of guidance and direction. The same book, the state government embraced it, and the secondary schools in Ondo State, they are reading the book. You understand? To me, it's a great achievement because I'm imparting the life of this young one. By the grace of God, I'm able to have a school that are called Purpose Discovery and Impact Mentorship Academy, though most of our activities for now has been online. And I told you, I just wrote 2 books. You understand? I'll be published very soon. Make Your Life Count. And the books will be coming out by the grace of God before the end of this month. Talking of awards now, I don't know how I'm mentioning them. I've gotten an award from the Grace Academy celebrating my impact in the lives of the young one. I've gotten an award from Youth and Life Skill Organization celebrating my impact in the life of the young ones as well. I've gotten an award from Women Encouraging Women is another organization, and I've gotten an award from John Collins celebrating the impact we are making. And in my profession, I've gotten an award from the Nigeria Quantity Surveyor Registration Board of Nigeria as one of their resource persons, believing that I've made great impact in the profession. Also in the Nigeria Institute of Quantity Surveyor, I've gotten an award as the first female chairman of Women Wing, the Women Wing of the Quantity let me just mention, and even from the church bodies, I've gotten awards from schools, Federal University of Technology, students, arm of the quantity surveying profession, gotten award. My advice for the younger generation is that I want to beg you, please don't get to the level where you will not be able to manifest your purpose before you discover it. All of us are created for a purpose, and never allow anybody to give you any limiting lesson that you are not worth or you are not created for. Please discover your purpose with them and live for your purpose. Live for your purpose. Please don't just live anyhow. Don't just do things anyhow. You are an assignment. You don't waste time. Don't live without a purpose. Live like somebody who is on assignment. And finally, I would like you to not to live for survival. Just live like about, life is not about survival. It's about significance. What impact are you making in life? Like I told you that anytime I see young people, even like you, I'm always happy that you are doing great things. Life is about significance. What impact are you making in the life of others? And I want to encourage everyone, make your life better.
I chose a crown of roses for her because roses bloom where the world least expects beauty. She grew through seasons of rejection, yet somehow she learned to rise quietly and gently like a flower, finding light in hard soil.